they're kind of useless. But nice to get out of the way so that you're not worrying about it.
Oh, absolutely. The peace of mind it provides is definitely worth it. Raiko tanking a bit, so it's going to be interesting where he goes from here. Is he going back to Super Metroid, or is he going back to Eastern? He's going back to SM.
Oh boy. I mean, with that morph ball in hand, it does open up a fair amount.
And 20 missiles gets him access to a couple places as well, and we do know that there was another energy tank in Logic, so still not enough to where heat runs are concerned.
So for that, you're required to have 300 or 3 energy tanks.
3 energy tanks specifically to get into Ice Rod Cave, but.
Sword!
We have our first sword here at I forget exactly what room this is, but yeah, you need 3 energy tanks to get to Vanilla Ice Beam. Any other heat run the game, the logic requires, I believe, 5 E-tanks?
I believe you're correct, yes.
So still a ways off from those. Right, old retro mother brain is what I'm being told by comms, and there's the flippers at the morph ball spot. With Sparky's route, he would have actually been well served to picking this up early. Not that he had any way of doing this.
Oh.
Oh, hello. Other channel.
My bad, sorry.
No, all good. Go to 3. Okay, so... Sorry, that was a runner from the other race that's going on.
Yeah, as we see a heart container here in the ceiling of Blue Brinstar. Rai's not going to try picking that up. I'm sure there's enough where he's not going to miss that one heart container. So let's see where he heads next. As Sparky is headed to a Sahasrara.
Oh boy, so this is basically 5 guaranteed items, perhaps a 6th if the last item is an on-Armos. Heart container, red brain.
Yes, or as we in the biz call it, 7-7 bar. So Rai making his way back up the climb.
Alright.
So it seems like he might be able to screw attack his way through the pit and get himself to Terminator Room, but no, he's going back to SM. Zora is now in the logic as well as all the other items in there. We have Fire Rod on the Lake Hylia Island, so that makes Mirror required at some point.
Well, I don't think necessarily required, but most cases, yeah.
It would, well, he does have Bombo, so it doesn't, yeah, it would,
Actually, no, it is required, because...
Oh, no, no, he's got the lamp. If Turtle Rock and Skullwoods are both... Oh, wait, no, they can't both be pens, because we got 2.
Exactly.
Yeah, he needs the Fire Rod for one or the other, at least.
Yep. So, Mirror required this seed, no matter what Swamp is.
Meanwhile, Sparky just going through Eastern. I don't believe he's found anything really of note yet.
And And at the same time, we're getting, we're getting a Zora area check. With those flippers, he'll be able to check it all. In logic.
He won't be able to pay the Master Con Man unless one of these 3 first chests have 200 rupees and a spin. Does get 10 supers, which he's not going to complain about, but that's not what he needed.
I mean, it could be 300 on the ledge.
It could be 300 on the ledge for a second loop. That is entirely possible.
Power bombs. He'll probably grab those anyway.
Yeah, it seems like, well, okay, I'll get some weapons and I'll head back to Super Metroid, maybe. With Screw Attack, I believe he can get to Terminator Room. Oh no, he'll have power bombs. He can just bomb his way in. I believe we found both the map and the compass, so... I believe that means Armos has to have an item, and there's going to be one last item in Vanilla Big Key Chest.
Yep.
The first item must have been a heart container for Sparky, because he's up to 6 hearts now.
It's quite a healthy seed, at least.
Yes, it is. RaikouRider might be going back to SM, or no, he's doing Escape. Alright. He does have a lamp, he does have a sword, so he can do Escape, and this is 5, 6 items, I think? 4, at least 4. So Sparky might be headed back to Super Metroid. No, he is headed to... Where is Sparky headed, I wonder? And there's another E-Tank for Raikou.
Sparky...
No, he can't be doing Death Mountain, is he?
He doesn't have gloves.
Yeah. Where was he going? Maybe he got himself confused.
Not entirely sure. But in any case, it looks like he's going back to the castle now.
Yeah, with bombs, he will be able to clear out the guards. He will have to be rather judicious on his bomb count, but I'm sure if he did anything in the Link to the Past tournament, the bomb escape is something you can be required to do. So this is just the logical extension of that.
Yep, and we found powder.
Yeah. That's a great safety item to have in Link to the Past, being able to turn anti-fairies into not anti-fairies for 7 hearts of healing, or if you find the net, just catch them. And Raikou going with the tried and true 2-pot strat. Well, 1 pot so he can take some damage off of the ball and chain guard.
And gets...
Or maybe not.
Alright. So, just powder and escape, but that was nice.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting to see if he decides to go back for the back half of Escape. There's 2 more items. There's the key, there's the map, and there's 2 things left. And that is going to be his play. So he'll be able to pick up 2 more items in Escape, and then what? Maybe he'll go to Eastern at that point.
Perhaps.
But Sparky putting the combination of the boomerang and bomb to excellent use here in the Escape.
And we're getting a back of escape check. So, unless this has the small key, they will have to wait till they get gloves to get the last 3 items.
Oh, if small key isn't in this chest, then there's only 1 item in the back of Escape, because the other 2 will be the map and the small key.
Oh, have we not found the map?
I don't believe we have.
And it is an item, so Last item is in the back, locked by gloves.
So let's see what Raikou's play is from here.
Oh boy.
Play is
to
back
Super
to Super
Metroid?
Yeah, that looks like the play. I mean, he's got 5 power bombs, 10 supers for exploring criteria in a Brinstar. That's plenty. There's an energy tank. That's not what Raikou wanted to see. He is very much not a fan of heat runs, and he may be stuck with one today. He's already got enough for the ice beam heat run, and we know there's one in the Gina's cave that he hasn't found. So we may have a lot more heat runs in store if he picks up one more.
Do reserve tanks count? By the way,
I'm not sure. If they might, and if they do, then all the heat runs are now in play with Agina's cave. But instead, he's going to check our good friend Bomb Trezo. EvilSparky also striking out on the escape, both front and back.
Yep. And let's see what Bomb Trezo. Glove!
Power Glove on Bomb Trezo, and since Raikou does not have Morph Ball bombs, he just gets to skip that fight, but now he gets to do the fun thing of Alcatrazing out.
Oof. I honestly would rather just fight the Trezo.
I mean, he's getting really close to it, to be completely honest.
From what I can see, this is not an easy trick.
Oh no, it's not. It's not pixel perfect. There's only a handful of pixels you can get. You can get to where you can morph ball safely. Right, he's just going to spend a power bomb here. That was another option.
Well, that works.
Yeah, it's not the way he wanted to do it, but it will get him through it. And into the Terminator room.
So, why is it called that?
Because you'll be back. I kid you not, that is the reason why it's called Terminator Room, because you'll be back.
Oh.
He is going to take a peek at Gauntlet. And I do like this play of seeing if he needs to work his way up here.
Master Sword!
Master Sword at the Gauntlet.
You know what's worrying about that, though, is that opens up Aga.
Yes, it does.
So, let's see.
Yeah,
Also,
of course, Aga is much less of a worry in the combo randomizer, just from the sheer fact that there's so many more places where you can find Moon Pearl and either Hammer or Mitts that gets you Dark World access some other way.
True, but I've seen quite a few of them.
Yeah, it's still something you have to think about as Sparky is checking out Blue Bryn now. Raikou already did all these checks, so he's in Green Brinstar, looking to set up this mock ball.
You know, honestly, Green Brinstar looks like a bunch of thorns.
It does look really thorny. I won't say you're wrong there. It might have been it.
Just a piece of heart.
Yeah, just a piece of heart there, and he's going to have to he's gonna have to keep restocking on power bombs if he keeps falling in that first shoot. I think that was too high. No, he got it. Very nice.
Nice. Got him.
Second try mock ball for Raikou. He's been putting a lot of work into that trick. Just a heart piece and a bomb booster. But I mean,
missiles.
yeah, I'm sure he's happy that he picked it up. Because, I mean, it's not a trick that he, by his own confession, it's not one he's really great at.
And there's
another energy tank.
If hell runs weren't in logic before, they sure are now.
Yes, they are. And I can tell you from experience, he is not happy about that.
Yeah, I can imagine. So,
like, the thing about heat runs is that for, like, I'm gonna be honest, if I were playing this game, heat runs would be 100% impossible for me, just for the sheer fact that I don't have the technical skill to move that quickly.
Yeah,
like,
same.
There's a lot of technical movement where, like, it's entirely possible where you just get screwed because you can't move fast enough, cleanly enough. Especially with all the other things that are trying to kill you in addition to the heated room.
So, are heat runs required in logic sometimes in casual logic?
No. The only 4 tricks that are required in casual logic are the 4 that are the 4 tricks that the vanilla game can require. Infinite bomb jump can be required, wall jumping can be required, mid-air morph ball can be required, and shine spark can be required. Only those 4.
Fair enough. So basically the rule is if it's a vanilla intended strat, then it's in logic.
Yeah, for the casual mode. This tournament mode has a great number of other tricks that can be required. That's a little too long to list here, but rest assured there's some really crazy things that can be forced on our runners if the sea is particularly cruel. Raikou is here in Pink Brinstar, about to get some decent items. I believe there's several to pick up in here.
However, it's not necessarily the hard tricks that are the hardest. Sometimes it's even the vanilla intended strats.
Yeah, it is entirely true. Sometimes, Raikou is going to just knock out Spore Spawn. So a little bit of a coffee break here, while we see Sparky heading to, I believe this is the route to Edikun? Oh no, this is that Grapple? No. Trying to think of where that room leads.
I believe the Spore Spawn?
No, where Sparky was. There were fireflies there, and I remember those lead to Grapple, but I wasn't sure where else they led.
Not sure. Okay, so is this like a speed booster room he was just in?
I think it's the speed booster room. And realizing he's either locked himself out or just does not have anywhere else to go. I think he saved rather recently though, so no harm, no foul. And Sparky heading into the mock ballroom now. He does not have power bombs though, so he only gets 1 try at this or else he's got to reset. And not getting those power bombs and supers from the Zora area, really costing Sparky a bit.
Indeed. But there's
And just a
20
big
rupees.
Yep, just a big 20 at Spospo. In fairness, it's a very hard super missile shot to pull off if you're not familiar with the setup for it to get in through the backside. But Sparky does get the mock ball to get these items, and not exactly that valuable, but it's still good that he was able to pull it off.
Does he not have wave beam on? Oh, there he gets it.
He's got wave beam on. And just +5 arrows. Again, not finding all that much. But still plenty else to look around for in Pink Brinstar.
Yes, so what do you think our next progression will be? Oh, space jump!
That answers that question. So that opens up several places, I believe. There's also Sparky picking up space jump. Still does not have bombs of any kind, at least neither kind of the Super Metroid variety. But does find quite. The 5 power bombs that Raikou found were on Zora Ledge, and the 10 supers he found were in Waterfall of Wishing. That's a huge exploration advantage for Raikou, which is especially jarring because Sparky ground up the money for Zora right off the bat. Of course, he hasn't been back since getting the flippers, which is probably the biggest sticking point here.
Don't forget, though, if Zora has progression...
I mean, Raikou's found a good amount of money to where he might be to the point where he can just farm the last few rupees on his way up. Like, he's found a couple 20s. I think he's found at least a 50 at some point. But Sparky has had enough Brinstar. He's probably heading back to Hyrule.
Yes. Also, Bugs Can't Hide. Yes, they did race. It was in a 4-way race. However, the scene was so horrible that only one of the 4 runners finished. And they decided to have a rematch.
Ooh, Raikou running out of power bombs at an inopportune time does get a drop off the frog at least.
That's nice.
Try to grind another, I think. He might need a second. Making his way up Red Tower pretty nicely, truth be told.
Indeed. So...
he's just a little bit short on being able to get back up there. And he does have space jump. He doesn't need to wall... Hopefully he's remembered that he can just space jump his way up and doesn't need to wall jump. Meanwhile, Sparky looks like he's trying to get his way to Gauntlet. That'll get him his first sword, which will be good for Link to the Past at least.
Yes. Oh, swords are nice. Swords are always nice.
And Raikou realizing, oh right, I do have a space jump. So maybe he doesn't need to bother with the walls. No, he's still bothering with them. Is he not comfortable with his space jump timing, maybe? Or a screw attack messing him up? Oh, and the first in the Chorizo statue in the Gauntlet having power bombs so Sparky can continue through it. Lucky break there.
Alright.
I believe this is Raikou heading in the direction of Kraid. Oh, Sparky missing on the gauntlet. He'll have to go all the way around. Another set of power bombs for Raikou. And 300 rupees. He's definitely got Zora money now. So Sparky is going to go back into Gauntlet, get those power bombs again. Thankfully, he doesn't have to go any further out of the way to pick them up. So it's not too much. So it's not any further time loss. He can just grab the 5-pack that he gets going through Gauntlet here. Raikou taking the elevator up out of Red Tower. I gotta wonder, is he thinking like wrecked ship or something along those lines? Possibly. Or is he going to Meridia?
Don't... Oh no!
Sparky, again, you gotta make sure that you stay in the center, or at the very least make sure that he gets to the side that has the sword. Raikou going to Criteria power bombs here, and he'll probably make his way to Gauntlet shortly after, I figure. Oh, and we got a mushroom here at Criteria power bombs. It does give him a slightly better reason to go up to Zora. He can combo the Witch check-in with that.
Yes. Cool.
Sparky taking quite a bit of damage here from this acid. It has to be a bit careful. Gravity Suit helps a tiny bit, I think, but he's only got a 1E tank to work with. Let's hope he can get a third try. There we go. He's got his sword. That's the item that matters. Meanwhile, Raikou also going through this gauntlet. And he'll have his Master Sword once he gets his way out. And Sparky now going to bomb Terizo. Oh, so Math, when do you think is going to be the point where one of our runners goes back to Link the Past? Do you think Raikou's going to do it? You think Raikou's going to do it shortly after getting this Master Sword, or do you think he's going to wait?
Well, honestly, that depends on which game he's more comfortably with.
I know for a fact that he is much more comfortable with Link to the Past.
So most likely it's very soon.
And let's see if he goes immediately right back after getting back through the Terminator room.
Alright. Also, all the energy tanks.
Yeah, it's 6 for Sparky, 5 for Raikou. I believe they have the same ones, except Sparky got one from Aegina's cave. Raikou is going to save first, and let's see what he does with that. Sparky's going right back to Link to the Past. Or not. Did he, Oh, Raikou's doing a pretty early... That's a pretty early wreck ship play. But with gravity, with screw attack, and with that much energy, it shouldn't be that hard for him.
Yes.
Especially with space jumps across these gaps. So, Sparky's got his mushroom, Raikou going into Wrecked Ship. Let's see what he can pull out of here. Wrecked Ship has been a place that's been surprisingly high value for, in terms of what items it... The trend continues, although that reserve tank, not exactly the kind of start you're hoping for. Sparky, a little bit confused about what he wants to do. Maybe going back to Hyrule here. Raikou heading into Phantoon. Plenty of energy, plenty of ammo to do this.
Yep. Alright, so the key is you don't want to hit a super too early.
Yes, he takes the 2500 HP, and he takes 100 from a missile, 600 from a super, but the super is going to waste 17 seconds if you hit him with it and it doesn't kill him. So 19 missiles is going to be the order of the day. See if he can get some decent doublering there. It looked like it was 5 or 6. Oh, did hit him with... Okay, yeah, I know what Raikou is doing. He is, since he has screw attack, he's just going to plug Phantoon with a super at the end of every phase and just screw attack his way through the invincibility phase so that he can't take any damage either. It's very annoying and time consuming, but pretty safe, and I think it guarantees a 4-rounder.
Well, at least it'll be the safe method. If you're not comfortable with like strats, it's always nice to use the safest method possible.
Yeah, but Phantoon giving Raikou very little opportunity to plug him full of anything. But should be pretty close to death here, as Sparky finally does get his supers.
And we'll be finding out what Zora has very shortly.
And Raikou probably just needs one more super to finish off the ghost.
Phantoon not being nice.
There we go.
But
finally, Phantoon's down. So, 44-55, we have our first boss killed. Zora with the scam. I didn't even know there was a Conseco stock still outstanding. But yeah, 500 rupees for 20. Not exactly the bargain you're hoping for, but exactly the bargain you expect if you've come to know the Master Con Man.
Yep.
just more arrow upgrades for Raikou, not finding much of anything here yet. Sparky, it looks like, is headed up Death Mountain. Very interesting. This is in logic now, at the very least.
Yep, with that lamp and the glove, fully in logic. Although, is the portal on the mountain to the... Is it Meridia that's on the mountain, or is that somewhere else?
No, the Meridia portal is the shed on the right side of Misery Mire. The portal up here takes you to Upper Norfair.
Ooh. Is that also in logic if you get to that before you can get Flute or...
Yes, it is. As Raikou making short work of Spiky Death Room. On his way, it looks like, to the attic.
Yep.
Oh,
Ooh, mirror!
there's the mirror in the wrecked ship. And Sparky found something inside Spectacle Rock that he's going to take the time to pick up. I didn't see what it was, but we'll get a good look at it now.
Supers.
Oh, just supers. I mean, you can't have too many supers when you're missing Charge Beam.
True that.
That mirror will also open up, Tower of Hera, although that is a pendant dungeon for Raikou, so probably not, something high on his to-do list. And Sparky is going to transition here to, Upper Norfair. Uh, 699 energy plus the missiles in the tank. So heat runs should not be a factor. He's going to check, oh, there's another energy tank as he's headed to a high jump.
And Ice Beam.
Ooh, Ice Beam at Vanilla High Jump, very nice.
Ooh, and that's gotta be Kane.
That's gotta be Kane. No offense, Math Girl, but Phantom Rio, you ain't. But, Wreck Ship proving to have value once again.
Indeed. And yes, shout outs to Phantom Ryu.
I actually was able to do one race with him when he was in Qatar. It was really kind of cool.
He's an awesome.
Oh, yeah, awesome guy, awesome commentator, awesome runner too, let's be honest.
This is true.
Just more supers up there. Raikou's gonna pass. The Sparky is headed, I believe he's headed to Ice.
Oh boy.
He's got plenty of energy, plus 2 or 3 reserves. It shouldn't be a problem.
Oh.
That might be a problem then. A little bit. It's almost, he almost has to KO his way through that guy. There he gets it. Let's see if he can get up. Getting back shouldn't be a problem, he just has to get in there. Let's see if this, Yep, so let's see what's at ice.
Power bombs.
Just power bombs, as Raikou's gonna go bowling. So I believe Sparky saved right before, but with his reserves, he should be able to make it back without any problems.
Yep.
Or don't even break into the reserves. That's fine too. Let's see what's all the way in the back here. And Sparky looking like he is going to make a play on Kraid, going into Retro Brinstar.
Ooh. Interesting. The more power bombs.
Just more power bombs that grab, but still not bad. I mean, without morph ball bombs, power bombs are definitely something you're going to want a few of.
Yep. And just a piece of heart there.
And we saw that on the first wave there. And there's Charge Beam on the way to Kraid.
Well, that's nice.
Not sure exactly what room that is. I'm still learning some of the names of some of the Super Metroid rooms. There's a lot of them.
Yes, there is. I believe there's a list of rooms somewhere.
Somewhere. Raikou going back to Red Tower, so not done with Super Metroid yet. As Sparky is going to take a couple refills at this station. I really don't blame him, considering what his situation was. But Sparky is going to dance a bit with Kraid. At least he hopes he doesn't dance. Let's see what Raikou's play is. Looks like grapple.
Nice, gets through that room flawlessly. And it looks like EvilSparky's taking Kraid to the prom. Ooh, a bottle of blue potion.
Yep, both the fact that it's blue potion, which is very useful, and the fact that, you know, they are going to need a bottle to check that one location, Kakariko. Sparky getting a little bit trolled by the hand. But Kraid looks like he's just about dead.
Yep. And that is Kraid.
There we
dead.
go.
What are you hiding today, Kraid?
Hiding just supers. Again, Sparky does have Charge Ice, so he doesn't need as much ammo, but you're not going to complain about finding a few more supers.
True.
Still great for Ridley and all that, if he doesn't come across something better. As Raikou's going to check out Spazer. Spazer with the hammer!
Okay, so we're just a moon pearl away from Dark World access.
Aren't we always, though?
True. Moon pearl can always be on Pyramid.
And Raikou has everything he would need to clear Aga 1 if he wanted to. But it looks like he's got a different idea. This is not going into Meridia just yet. Now he's headed to Kraid. So he'll pick up his charge beam as well. But Sparky is going to Meridia. So let's see what he finds over there. And hopefully Raiko picks up that item when he comes back, because that's kind of an important one. Charge beam not strictly required to beat the game, but he is definitely going to want it. Makes beating the game a lot easier. Just a big 20 on Main Street.
Yep, and time to see if RaikouRider decides to take Kraid to the prom or if he's gonna get the quick kill.
I am not sure if he knows the quick kill strat.
Oh.
Yeah, he's taking Kraid dancing.
Not a whole lot of ammo either.
Should be enough.
Gets him.
There we go. And Sparky, it looks like you head to Mama Turtle. Do not KO through that turtle.
Yes, I believe it does 200 damage without
That's what we're being tooled. 200 damage. Yes, Mama Turtle does not like getting hit. And since you don't have a way to flip Mama Turtle on her backside in this game.
Can you do that in other games?
I mean, Final Fantasy V, the turtle gets flipped on its backside, and that's something that needs to be addressed. Turtle really needs a stream mech. Sparky not getting any luck with this item in the wall.
Yes, this looks kind of tricky, honestly.
Yeah, it seems like his beam just isn't going far enough to unlock whatever's there. Oh, it's the bow! Bow at Mama Turtle, and he's going to have to find his way to get there, and there you see the damage he took from it. There he's got
Gets it, though.
The bow is one of those items that is always required no matter how the pendants and crystals are laid out. Because if for nothing else, you will always need to kill a couple mimics in Ganon's tower.
You know, though, interestingly, once they get Dark World access, they can go to Pod and clear that out.
Yeah, Pod is fully clearable in Logic now. RaikouRider going straight to Norfair, though. Is he just going to use this as a transition point, or is he going to do some digging? He's digging, going into the cathedral, but just finds the single arrow. Ouch. Raiko now is going to transition over to a Death Mountain and backdoor his way to the old man. With the mirror, he'll also be able to get the item on Spectacle Rock, and with the hammer, he'll be able to get all the items on the east side. So that's 7 in Paradox Cave and the one in Spiral Cave. Meanwhile, Sparky continuing through Meridia. Just find some money in one of these sand pits.
Yes, so it's nice to see some Link to the Past action going, even if we have already been up here, but with that mirror we might be able to do some more.
And with the space jumps, with Space Jump and Screw Attack, Sparky would be able to clear Plasma Beam Room and get back. Raikou down to 1 heart has to be a little careful as he gets up the mountain. Should be okay now. Croc Escape, my bad. As let's see what Raikou can find here. As he does this cute little bunny run across Spectacle Rock. Sparky has had enough with Meridia, so let's see if he's going back to Super Metroid, or if he's got something else up his sleeve. Well, there's also all the rest of the Red Tower that he hasn't dug. As Raikou does take a trip into Tower. Finds the map in the first chest. So he probably, unless this big key, will just leave. Big key, and so he can go up a bit further. Just going to take that little death warp there. Just gets pretty much a free refill for no time cost. So Sparky also picks up his big 300 from behind the sitting statue. And there's just a heart piece as the first item here in Tower of Hera. Raikou is going to drop down and give that big chest a look-see. Does it have second item? Yes, it does. 10 arrows. So Raikou is going to mirror out. He's got both items and knows that we believe the compass is the small key is on. Small key is on Moldorm, or the compass is on Moldorm, and the small key is locked behind the small key door. So in the Spiral Cave we go. Yeah. Thanks, Math Girl, for helping me out early on, but looks like it's just Algernon for the rest of the stream. I'll see if I can't make this work somehow. I'm counting on you, chat. Don't let me down. So Raikou is heading into Paradox Cave. Sparky got his blue goo out of Grapple. And just some really nice space jumping here from Sparky across that grapple pit, for lack of a better term. Oh, and there's Morph Ball Bombs in Paradox Cave. Sparky heading up to Spazer, where he is going to find his hammer. And Plasma Beam for Raikou in Paradox Cave. Paying out very well for him, as well as 10 supers. It was beautifully done. So, Raikou's got plenty to think about. He is... Okay, he's going to head back up the mountain? Wonder what his plan is from here. Maybe back to Norfair. Oh no! Oh, and we have an ice rod on the floating island. He can get that right now. He's just gonna open up this Turtle Rock portal, but he doesn't have Titan's Mitts to do it. Sparky now back in Green Brinstar. And let's see what Raikou's play is. Is this an Aga play from here? No, he's gonna check the back of Escape first. And just another reserve tank at Green Hill Zone. We waited a while to see what these items are. What do we got? There's the map we knew, there's the small key we knew, and there's 50 rupees we didn't care. Sparky going through the backside and finds the Book of Medora in Blue Brinstar past Morph Ball. That's going to open up. It's going to open up Desert for him, and is also going to open up the tablets once he finds a second sword. But RaikouRider looks like he may be making the play. No, he's going back to Super Metroid, I think. No, he's turning in the mushroom to the witch, and probably is gonna combo that in with Zora and get his scam on. Sparky setting up for the Spore Spawn skip. Just a piece of heart at the witch. Sparky, did he get it? No. It looked close though, but could not line up that shot just right. That sounded like it may have worked. There we go. Good job by Sparky to get that missile clip. And RaikouRider is heading east. And he's going to take on Eastern Palace now. He's not going to find anything of value in here, unfortunately. And without the bow, he will not be able to clear it either. And at this point, he must be hoping for a Moon Pearl or something to steer him away from Aga. He does have a couple other options. None of them are that great, though, which is a big problem. And you got Aga that's terrible, you got Heat Runs which are terrible, and so far haven't really contributed to anything. Trying to think of where else he has available. There's Meridia, which is maybe not that terrible, but has a lot of tricks that it might force on him. So both of our runners, for the most part, covering each other's tracks. Raikou is going to have to make his way over to Meridia at some point for that bow. Sparky's going to have to go to Wreck Ship and get all the good stuff in there. Thus, really, so far, not much else going on. One good thing here is that if Raikou does decide to eventually go back to Norfair, he'll very quickly find the Ice Beam at High Jump, which is definitely going to make combat, at the very least, a lot easier in Super Metroid. Sparky checking again. He did not have power bombs to check this the first time. And a few frustration shots there. We don't even know what is a pendant or a crystal in the Dark World. Boots could be required. It's possible that the only place that might need boots is the last pendant, and then it's not on pad, but still way too early to be thinking about that. But Sparky on his way to Edakun as Raikou has realized that Armos has last item and there's nothing else of any use here. So let's see what his play is. The play is back to Super Metroid, which is probably the right play for him. And he's just desperately trying to avoid Aghanim. Or maybe not. Let's see if he has something better up his sleeve. Did he want to go to Norfair instead, though? That may be what he's thinking. Yeah, taking the mountain entrance and not even talking to the old man, so yeah, he's going straight into the Norfair portal. So Raikou is going to save here, and we may see some heat runs in the near future if this is what he's deciding on. And we know it's a play that's likely to pay off. He just needs to get there. So here goes Raikou into the cathedral. Still with 392. I believe he's got either 200 or 300 in reserves. I'm not 100% sure. Check just missiles in the cathedral lava pit. And from here, Bubble Mountain. One more room before Bubble Mountain. Should be fine with Space Jump and his reserves. Gets there with 19 energy to spare. Very well done. He's gonna drain them all right now. Almost all of it. That should be fine. So safely into Bubble Mountain, although a little bit light on energy to potentially make it to the refill spot. Finds the shovel in here. Meanwhile, Sparky into Billy May's room, it looks like. And we have a super missile and the cape. Raikou's gonna give this a ride here, and nope, he is not gonna make it and goes back to Bubble Mountain. Sparky trying to make his way up, and Raikou taking another save. This very risky position to be in. What is his? Is he just going to farm for energy? I guess it's about all he can do. Yeah, Raikou's just stuck farming for a bit more energy off of these rippers. It's really slow, but he doesn't have much in the way of other options here, as Sparky will come across his Master Sword fairly quickly. I believe Raikou's got about 50 in reserves, give or take. So that would give him a little bit of safety, but I can understand him wanting to at least get a full E-tank available to him. If he were able to get two more power bombs, Crystal Flash is on the table as well. Meanwhile, Sparky making his way back up the climb and back into Link to the Past. Is this going to be the Aghanim play? He's taking a look at stuff, and nope, back into Eastern with that bow. He is going to take that last item off of Armos, and 188 energy. Raikou may think that's enough. He is saving. So 188 energy, no reserves. Can he make his way up to the refill spot with that? Now 231, giving him a bit more room. And with the save, even if he does take a death here, he'll lose next to no time. And got to the refill spot. Raikou does need to turn on Plasma. He may have forgotten he picked it up. It's not exactly at the forefront of his mind right now. He's much more worried about Moon Pearl and Varia Suit. But he is full up on main health, just topping off his reserves, and I can't say as I blame him. Better be safe than sorry, especially with the likelihood that there's something here. So here we go into the speed booster section. Finds power bombs in the ceiling, so let's see what is at speed. Just an energy tank. That'll make the trip back free, but that doesn't solve his problems. So Sparky, meanwhile, continuing to ascend through Eastern Palace. Going to top off his health here on his way he gets back. Yeah, so Remiel, Bo was at Mama Turtle, so Raikou is going to have to take a trip to Meridia in the near future for that, as more heat runs are in order. Sparky taking care of these Igors. No big rush. Just 3 bombs there. The Sparky going into the Armos fight. More bombs for Raikou, not finding what he needs. Believe that's a vanilla wave beam. Oh, and there's the Moon Pearl on Armos. Oh my goodness, EvilSparky with an amazing find. So that play on Mama Turtle was exactly what the doctor ordered. And that gives Sparky exactly what he needed to bust this seed open. Raikou still digging through Bubble Mountain. We're going to burn some of his reserves. Is he going to turn on Plasma? No, not quite. Thank you very much, Wolflink, for helping me out on comms. You just missed a very interesting development.
Did I now?
Yes. RaikouRider has been making heat runs through Norfair to try to find either Variosuit or Moon Pearl. What he needs to do is he needs to go to Meridia, Bo's at Mama Turtle, and the Armos Knights in Eastern Palace have the Pearl. Sparky is headed to a Hype Cave. Let's see if we have a Hype Cave for once. Tempered Sword, that's kind of hype.
Yeah, that is kind of hype. Yeah. I really had no plans for this, but I'm glad to help you out. But we've been at this for an hour? Geez, I missed a lot then. Care to fill us in as we see the map for Dark World here.
Yep, Misery Mire is the green pendant. All the others are crystals.
Yeah, other than the developments, what has been going on with the seed?
Well, we found Gravity Suit immediately at Sank. RaikouRider's gonna get a quick coffee break as he microwaves Crocomire.
Doesn't even
let me take a look. Yeah, Plasma and the Morph Ball bombs were in Paradox Cave. Morph was in the Kakariko Well. Screw Attack was in the Dam. Kraid was at the Key Hunter the Key Hunter warehouse had Charge Beam. High Jump Boots had Ice. In terms of Super Metroids, in terms of Link to the Past stuff, well, that's just another energy tank on the pyramid. First sword was at Retro Mother Brain. Second sword was in Gauntlet. Power Glove at Bon Chorizo, Lamp at Mini Moldorm, Fire and Ice Rod are both on islands, Hylia Island and the Floating Island, respectively. The Mirror and King of Samaria are at Wreck Ship, Flippers are at Vanilla Morph Ball, and the Hammer is at Spazer. That's really all that we've got so far. So plenty explored, just not a whole lot found.
Alright, good to know.
And there's Grapple.
Pseudo Vanilla. It's behind Croc, just not in the right location.
Just not where you expect behind Croc. Also, the Master Con Man was at it again, giving out a big 20 for 500 rupees.
Ah.
Some things never change. Raikou is desperately trying to avoid Aga, trying to avoid, he's trying to avoid Aga is the thing, and his answer is not Aga, it is actually Meridia. But he is headed up to the pantry, it looks like.
Oh wow, that's where Moon Pearl was in Meridia?
No, Moon Pearl was at Armos Knights, but you need the bow from Mama Turtle to clear them.
Ah, okay.
So Palace of Darkness is apparently a 5/6 crystal along with Turtle Rock, so this is extra special that Sparky picks this up.
terms of Goma, we do need those rods, as I'm seeing here. Still need Varia, because you can't actually go to Ridley, if I recall right, about Varia. It's not in logic, even in
It's not in logic is the thing. There's plenty of people who would argue that you can absolutely do it.
It'd be very difficult, though, I would say.
Very difficult, and knowing Raikou's relative skill levels with Super Metroid and Link to the Past, it's not one he would really put any faith in attempting.
Yep.
But back through more of these heated rooms, desperately trying to find something.
We don't have any sort of hint to where the Faria suit is.
Not a one, other than it's not anywhere that anyone else has checked. As Raikou is forced to pick up the single arrow on his way back out of the Hell Runs. If he goes to high jump boots, he'll pick up Ice Beam, which will be something at the very least.
Yeah.
And it looks like Sparky is not going immediately to over to Helmut King like I thought he might. So this is the right play. Raikou just has to get this mock ball down.
And
There we go.
That was very well executed there.
Yeah, second try too.
And
He's
with
going to
Space
check
Jump
ice.
And with Space Jump on the list, that is actually fairly difficult if I recall right. Usually you
Alright.
take Space Jump off for that. Vanilla Big Key, it been Positive Darkness.
Just gonna take out those heaters as he checks Ice Beam, which is gonna net him another nothing. Raikou, I believe, has full or near... Yeah, he had mostly full reserves. He's just gonna pop those now. Not sure if leaving 9 in the tank is going to help him any, truth be told. But of course, he doesn't need it.
Yeah, now we're gonna see the back of House of Darkness here. This should be interesting. Of course, I don't know what all the site checks are, because I'm going late. Very late.
Yes, and just a big 20 at Good Luck Missiles. So he's going to go back to that save. Side checks, what exactly do you mean by that, sorry?
Site checks, things you can see but just by looking at them.
Oh, not much has been taken a look for. Again, Sparky got Moon Pearl pretty much right before you came in, so that was not... so he hasn't had really any time to check Dark World.
It's very interesting to know that Raikou actually plays on a console here. He must got a...
Yes, it's a soft mod. It's a modded Wii. But with the harmless Hellway checked out, that pretty much just leaves the maze. As RaikouRider is going to go into Meridian now. This is where he does need to get to in order to get back to Link to the Past, because he's pretty much exhausted all of his options. I believe the only place he could check in Link to the Past are Agena with an energy tank, Zora with the big 20, and killing Aga, which would get him the pyramid item, which is just another energy tank.
Well, you just said Monoma Turtle has the bow. He's most likely gonna get that. Also, but however, with the gravity suit, space jump, and the plasma beam, he can pretty much check the entirety of Meridia. There is a room that I don't think Sparky could have checked. Or did he already check plasma?
He did not check plasma. Plasma was not checked, but with space jump, and Raikou also has morph ball bombs. He can IBJ out of it if he wants. but Rai is going immediately to Mama Turtle and will be paid very handsomely for this.
Yeah, this could be Raikou's advantage if Sparky left something behind in Meridia that he could not get.
So there's Bo for RaikouRider, and he has to be wondering, well, crap, now what do I do? He, like Sparky, cleared out everything in Eastern except for the boss because he didn't have the bow the first time he went through. So it's going to be interesting to see if he decides to clear out more of Meridia or if he decides to just take his bow and leave. Well, it looks like he's going to clear more of it out.
I like this way because, simply put, he's already here. He might as well finish checking it, maybe even get Dragon down.
Yeah,
he has the grapple beam. He can one-shot him.
Yeah, he has the grapple beam. You're right. If he comes across X-ray scope, he could decide to microwave him instead. So a little less damage to his own health bar.
Now, where was Plasma?
Plasma was in Paradox Cave. In the 5 chests with the mini Moldorm. That's also the 2 chests in Paradox Cave is also where Morph Ball bombs were. That Raikou may have forgotten that he has. But Sparky is heading over to Helma King.
Yep. Just go big 20s here. Trying forever on pedestals that we're never gonna touch. Speaking of pedestal, though, what is our pedestal hype index at?
Pedestal hype index. Well, it's Desert, it's Tower of Hera, and it's Misery Mire that are our pendants.
Ooh.
Which does not really preclude a whole lot.
It could be hookshot. It could be the either rod.
Both rods we know where they are, but we can't get to them. Fire Rod is on Lake Hylia Island. Ice Rod is on the floating island, past Hookshot Cave.
Oh, we can get both of those with the mirror now for Raikou, actually.
Yeah, and the mirror was, let me check my notes. Mirror was in Wreck Ship. Just a set pack of power bombs off of Helma King. So I'm trying to think. I think it's Hookshot or Bust, unless Ether is required to get into Turtle Rock. Raikou did not check when he was up there. Oh, we also need Titan's Mitts. So it's Hookshot, Titan's Mitts, and it's Hookshot, Mitts, and maybe Ether.
Checking the sandpit.
Flute could be required if it,
Oh, there's silver arrows!
Silver arrows! Raikou's immediately gonna pick those up. Assuming he can make this jump. There we go. That's worth it. And with both of them, and granted, he only has, Master Sword compared to the Tempered that Sparky has, but Tempered was in Hype Cave. Raikou will check that as soon as he gets to Dark World.
That was a very nice find.
And we also have Sick Kid that we can check in with the bottles we've picked up.
Nope, there's
and there's Titan Mitts.
Wow, already found 2 good items. One is admittedly more important than the other, that being the Titan's Mitts.
Yeah, Titan's Mitts kind of required to beat the game. And Sparky is immediately going to leverage that, go into a village of outcasts. And Raikou is done with Meridia for the moment.
I don't blame him.
And he's got his bow. He's got his silver arrows. Yeah,
He's looming back around.
Oh, interesting. What did he leave back here?
Well, he was in the sand pit. He has to go around the long way.
Okay.
So he's trying to get back on course. Or no?
He's given it a second thought, I think. Oh, just taking this as a safety save. Especially after last night's race between Zelnus and Miggs, save early, save often, especially in the Meridia, is definitely good advice to take to heart.
Yes.
So Sparky will likely be headed into Thieves Town shortly after checking the rest of the overworld locations here in Village of Outcasts.
Oh, gee, what? I just realized
Bird
I have
toss.
not realized. I forgot to mention that I was on comms. Oh, I have to. So I will be right back.
All right. In the meantime, blue mail in the brewery. That's nice for Sparky. So first chest is a full heart. Raikou continuing to go make his way through that other sand pit. And let's see if this second sand pit is